Hey, good morning, bold coaches. This is Pat Mancuso. I wanted to drop you a quick video here to give you an explanation on what we're asking you to do at step 6 relative to future bold launches. Now, I'm going to do a screen share in just a second. However, here's the premise. At step 6, we want you to engage the leadership in a conversation about future bold launches. This way, we can get them to commit and minimize the time chasing them and also know what our future pipeline is. And we've done this in the past, and yet there's been a little bit of confusion, so I just want to bring some clarity. Now, the goal, the overall objective is that when you walk out at step 7, we know that they're committed for their next bold launch. And if that doesn't happen, then obviously we have a little bit of concern that A, did we have the conversation with them? Or B, was there some limiting belief that they had about their next bold? So the goal is that every coach that's had a bold in January completes the document. Now I'm going to show you what and how we'd like you to complete it. And yet here's the coaching. This has to be done at step 6, because then between step 6 and step 7, they'll take the action going to requestbold.com, www.requestbold.com. And then we'll be able to close the loop on this when we walk out at step 7. So I'll do a little bit more explanation, yet I am going to do a screen share with you right now. And that screen share is going to be this particular document. So we're pulling it up here, screen share right here. Here it is. And so you'll notice that, and you'll have this link in your email as well, is that, and I'm just going to use for purposes of conversation here, Abilene, Texas. So you'll notice in Abilene, we've got the coach, we've got June, August, and October. And right now there's no launch signed up for any of those future launches by Abilene. Now you'll notice there's a communication we received, and yet the first thing I want you to understand is that there's no launch requested for Abilene for June, August, and October. Now, the next most likely launch for January would either be June, August, or potentially October. And so let's go down a little bit to Chantilly, Virginia. So Dusty is the current coach there, and notice it says yes for Chantilly in June. And then there's a note there that Ashley provided that says Market Center 319, Jessica Hayes is on the schedule for June. Then if we go down to Tammy's launch in Cleveland, Ohio, we notice that Cleveland has responded and is on the schedule, and that's basically Market Center 797 for October. Now, here's what's important for us to understand. Whether it's a January launch, a March launch, or a June launch, any launch earlier in the year qualifies a location for an October launch. And as you know, our October launches fill up very quickly. I believe we're pushing 100 requests right now, pretty close to that. So there's two things I'm asking you to have a conversation on. First, when is their future launch going to be? Not if they're going to launch in their future. When is their future launch? Is it going to be June? Is it going to be August? Is it going to be October? I'm going to ask you to make a note here based upon what they tell you. Now, our job isn't done at that point. We need to instruct them to go to www.requestbold.com and officially make that request. And then what Ashley will do is she'll update this document as soon as they've done that. So our jobs as bold coaches is, number one, have the conversation with them about when is going to be their next future bold launch, letting them know that because they had a January launch, ideally the next launch would be either August or October. And by having a January launch, that qualifies them for the normally sold out, very popular October bold launch. Now, if for some reason they tell you no, that they're not going to have a future launch, or they're not willing to commit at this point, we need those notes in there and specifically what's holding them back, because we want to be very proactive in helping people overcome their limiting beliefs about future launches. And so I trust this helps in the explanation of what we're asking you to do. Now, the last thing, which is a little bit more per launch kind of specific, is I'm going to go back to Tammy's launch here in Cleveland. She's got this one particular team leader committed to that launch. And we want to verify that they're still committed to that launch so that we know when we're proactive in working towards verifying these. So ladies and gentlemen, I trust this makes sense. I hope this little video helps. If you do have any questions, let me know. Shoot an email to myself or Ashley. However, by the end of the step 7, this should be filled in with a yes or a no, and they should have requested bold for the future. That's really our goal, to build our future pipeline to benefit all of our coaches. Thanks so much, you guys. Truly appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.